Today's guest is one of our Rockstar team members, Vanessa Alvarado. Vanessa is a lifelong resident of North Texas. Born and raised in Arlington, she's got a fun perspective on what it's like living in Texas, and now as a real estate agent, what it's like helping people move to Texas. Welcome to today's podcast. Thinking backwards, you joined our team and you met Erica at a Tom Ferry event, which is like real estate coaching.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there. I was somewhere else. And so you met her and chatted with her. And even still, they even gave you the wrong information for the event, right? Like they only told you about one day and it was a 3-day event.
I know. I went the last day and I was only there for like maybe an hour.
Right.
But I met Erica. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to meet someone, you know, I'm going to maybe, because I was already thinking about joining a team. And well, a lady came up to me. I think she's in Tom Ferry's team. And she was like, hey, do you need to find a seat?
Yeah.
So, you know, to sit in, because it was packed and a lot of people were standing. And I was just there like, okay, what do I do now?
Was that
I
your
went by
first time
myself.
at a big event like that?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and that's a huge event.
Exactly. I was by myself. I didn't know what was going on, right? It was the third day. And yeah, like I did not know what to do. And I remember telling my friend, I was like, I'm about to leave. I don't know what I'm doing here. I was trying to get motivated, but
now
I'm just standing
angry.
here. Yeah, I'm just standing here lost. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what page we're on. Like, you know, you have a booklet. And she comes up to me and she's like, hey, let me help you find a seat. And she goes up to Erica and she's like, is anyone sitting here? She was like, no, you can sit here. And I'm like, okay.
And then
I sit there. Like... Yeah, I sit there and I'm just like peeking over and I'm like, hey, I'm Vanessa.
And Erica's so sweet. I'm sure you're super friendly.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just started talking.
So she came back. She's like, I met this agent. We have to talk to her for our team.
Yeah, I know. She was. Oh my gosh. She was like, this is our mascot. Basically, this is Corky. This is Matt. And I was like, I love it.
I didn't hear that part about the story.
Yeah. She showed me Corky.
Oh, my beloved golden retriever.
Yeah.
I almost brought him today, but I figured that would be kind of annoying. He would steal the show for the podcast.
No, you should have. But yeah, so that was what encouraged you to think about. And now you're here making big deals.
Yeah. So let's rewind. So before, you met us, you joined our team, but then before that, what inspired you to get your real estate license?
When I bought my house.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to say I never, ever, ever thought, or I guess I didn't have an idea of how you got your license or how you got started, but I didn't know it was, I'm going to be completely honest, it's a bit easy to get your license.
I talked about this with another guest on the podcast.
Yeah,
She's like, it's a little bit
easy. They had like a little sale going on at the school I went to. They were like, get all your courses
get your real estate license for
this. Yeah, for this much. And yeah, well, I was talking to my realtor, my third realtor. Right?
So you had 3 trying to buy your house.
Yeah.
How did you find those realtors?
One of them, it was a friend that recommended her.
Okay.
But she's great, but I think she was very, very busy and not really, didn't really have the time. Okay. And I was, well, you know me, I am very, like, I have so many questions. I had no idea. I mean, my parents own a home.
Yeah. But you're still a first-time home buyer yourself.
Yeah. I had no idea what was going on. It was one of those, like, me and my boyfriend were together for a year.
That was bold for you to go buy a house together after a year.
I was like, hey, this is an investment, okay? You know what I mean? Like, if we end up getting married, perfect. We already have a house and everything. If not, which, right, that's not the goal, right? Yeah. If not, I mean...
Well, you got a house, you can sell it.
Yeah. But our rent was going up by like $500.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and so it was about to be like $2,000 for renting in Roanoke area. And so I was like, well, how about you rent a house? Yeah. But then my mom was like, no, buy a house. I think you should really buy a house. My mom's always pushed me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, and so then I met that lady that was recommended to me. But then I had no idea what I was doing. I applied with the lender. I don't even know how I found them, honestly. I think just like online, just house mortgage lender. And I think at the time something happened to where we needed extra help with our qualification. And I was about to give up, but then I talked to another realtor, and she just immediately like, do you have a pre-approval? If you don't, contact them first. And I was like, wait, but I have so many questions. And again, she didn't answer any of my questions. So I was like, whatever, I know what I want, and I need someone that can help me because I know myself, and I'm going to have so many questions, like I said.
Yeah.
So then I meet the third person.
Third time's the
charm.
charm.
And she was recommended as well by someone else. And no, but she was so sweet. She was very sweet. She helped us completely with everything. And she recommended a lender that really like explained everything to us. And yeah.
And then you bought a house with her.
We bought a house. And during that time, I remember she told me, she was like, oh my God, you're so good, because I guess I was proactive with well, I love researching, and I love calling people, and I was calling all the communities I would find, and I was like, hey, like what's your tax rate, or what's available? And she was like, have you ever thought about becoming a realtor? And I was like, no. I can do that? That's pretty crazy. She was like, yeah, you just take classes. I went to this school over here, and she sent me all the information. And I was like, whoa, this is a little fast. I feel like that's super, like, I don't know, intense and professional. And, you know, I was in college. I mean, I didn't know what I was going to do yet, but
yeah.
But well, I was in college, and I was doing car sales.
Okay.
But I didn't know if, you know, sales was
what you wanted to do.
What I wanted to do, because it's stressful. But I just knew that whenever I was looking for my house, I loved it so much.
What was it you loved about that process?
Looking at nice houses.
Okay, that's
no,
gonna be
I'm
fun.
kidding. It was, I don't know, just, I think doing like the research on it, if I'm being honest.
Okay,
Doing
like
research
on the house
like,
itself and on the process?
Yeah, on communities and so on. And then, of course, looking at the houses and all that. But I don't know. I just felt like, you know, I have some experience in sales. Maybe I should try it out. Yeah. And I did. I got my license in like a month and a half.
Okay.
I think.
And then that's how you ended up at the not to be named brokerage. That was the free for all.
Yeah. No, I was about to join another one. They didn't even have like CRMs or anything.
Yeah. So they had nothing to help you get
nothing
organized.
Actually.
Yeah.
They were very, very like, come to the office for these meetings. But that was all. That was completely all. And I was like, no, I think I want a little bit more. And then I went to the next one. And I was there for 8 months. But I was like, I can't give up. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But then, you know, after a while, it's the only thing I'm doing. And so I'm like, okay, well, now I need money.
Yeah. So, okay, now I need to get serious.
I really need to get serious. And so that's when my friend, she was like, just join a team. It's so much better. It's such a different environment. And you have so much support. Like, that's exactly what you need based on, you know, what you've told me. And so, yeah.
So I feel like being on our team.
I love it.
Great.
Yeah.
But, well, what surprised you about being on a team?
If I'm being honest, I love I think it's a little bit competitive, or I personally am a little bit competitive, but in a friendly way, right? But I just love the support from not only you, but everyone else, you know, like Natalia, Nick, Kia, like they're very, very easy to help you on anything.
We're pretty collaborative here.
Yeah. And I like that. I wasn't really, I was expecting, or not expecting, but I knew I'd be able to go to you for help or anything like that. But I didn't know if I'd be able to, or feel comfortable to go to a Natalia or Nick or anything.
Yeah.
But no, they offer it so freely.
That's great. Yeah, I like that about our team. Yeah. And that's one of the, I think the Compass has the entrepreneurship values, and one of them is collaborate without ego. Yeah. Which I think is one of my favorite ones at Compass.
Yeah. Everyone here is so friendly.
At the entire brokerage.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's part of why I made the switch here was the other agents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my one sale last year, it was with an agent from Compass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And he was very nice. Out of everyone that I've talked to, because you call some agents to get more information or so on, but he was very professional but friendly. Mm-hmm. So
I think everybody here is professional. Mm-hmm. I've been very pleased. I always get excited when a client wants to buy a house from another Compass agent. I'm like, okay, yes, this is going to be good. Like, we don't have to worry about explaining the contract or doing basic things.
Yeah.
So since being on our team, you've had a few deals. What are some things you've learned about like the real estate transaction, the real estate process?
Communication is important.
Yeah.
So important.
So important. We're laughing because I think we're both thinking of that same recent deal.
Yeah.
For our audience who's listening, Vanessa just did a deal and it was contingent upon, well, you can tell the story. The
sale of their home in San Antonio.
So they had an agent who wasn't us, of course, because we're North Texas. Mm-hmm. And it didn't go so well.
No.
For them on the other side.
Yeah.
And we did our best. You did your best and did a great job managing it. But gosh, the client stress that they went through.
Yeah.
I blame their agent almost fully, which is not completely fair. Mm-hmm. But I feel like he put them in a not so great deal.
Yeah.
And
communication was not
he didn't
there.
do a good job communicate with them and keeping them informed part of the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is a great lesson. It's important throughout the entire process, whether it's a long closing or short closing, like keeping people informed.
Exactly.
It's also communicating with the other agent, right? Like on the other side, letting everybody know what's going on your end.
Yeah, but it helps when they're cooperative. If they're not, then I think I'd rather not.
Yeah, so what's something you've learned about yourself? So we talked about learning like professionally, but maybe about yourself since being on the team or being in real estate.
Yeah, I think I am I used to be very, okay, well, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to time block.
Yeah.
Right? But then it's so hard to actually do it. And I've realized I think there's a lot of fear and uncertainty.
Like in our marketplace, or you're talking about just with yourself and the industry?
Both, I think. Okay. Both. Because at the end of the day, your clients rely on you, not just for knowledge and, market expertise, but also for emotional support.
It's like the third hat you wear, maybe.
Right.
Counselor.
And that's something that I thought I was good at until, for example, this last deal where, I had my clients in tears in front of me.
Because of another transaction you're not even part of.
Yes. And they just looked to me and they were like, Vanessa, like, what do we do? I can't even describe how I felt.
Uh-huh.
I felt horrible for them, first of all. But in that situation, I couldn't really do much, right? Because I was for the other cell on the other side. But that's when I realized, I was like, okay, well, it's not just, providing facts or providing stats. I have to be there emotionally for them as well. And I think I'm learning still. I feel like I'm still learning how to handle that or how
That's the people part of the business and the human part of it.
Yeah.
It sounds like one of the things I thought while I was listening to you was like learning you're stronger than you think.
Yeah.
Would you say that's true? Like people can lean on you and you can help them out.
Right.
That's kind of what I heard.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, that's a funny part of this business though, is thinking like, oh, I'm a little bit of a counselor.
Yeah.
Obviously not licensed or anything else, but people will ask for like emotional support beyond just advice sometimes. Yes. Or just listening. Sometimes people just need to be listened to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be stressful.
Yeah.
So stressful.
Could be selling your house and the buyer's being a nuisance and you're like, well, it is what it is. We're in a contract with them, so we'll just,
Yeah,
we'll
and you can be
so
stressed. Exactly, and you can be so stressed or worried yourself, but you have to be calm.
Yeah.
Like just completely calm. Like in that example, the same one, I was calm. I was like, don't worry about it. Like, I understand it's frustrating. It's going to happen. You almost have your house. I went in my car and I was like, I was calling everyone else. I need to go for a drink. I need to go somewhere. I need to do something right now and rant and just.
Okay, now I need my emotional support. I've given it all away.
Yes,
now
I
need it for me.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now you see what our wonderful staff on our team gets from me sometimes.
Yeah.
I just need to vent to you real quick.
Yeah, that's when I called you actually. That's when I called you and I was like, I need to tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
But
it is. One of your other clients you've helped this year was somebody moving here from California to Texas. How was that for you?
It was good. It was very straightforward. It helps that, well, they've already bought a couple of houses before.
So they were like an experienced home buyer.
Yeah, and they knew what they wanted. But it was just, I mean, we're coming down here these days. This is what we want. I was just keeping an eye on everything, and then these are the days that we can go look at houses. And yeah, I mean, it was
and just guided them through the process.
It was also right before, well, we had multiple offers
that you won,
we had to, but still, it was right before it got a little bit
crazy.
Yeah,
that was lucky timing for your buyers too.
It was.
I don't
Their
think
house
they
is beautiful.
probably realize that. Like a lot of people are still moving here from out of state.
Yeah.
And you've grown up here your whole life, correct?
Yeah.
What do you think about all these people that are moving here from out of state? Like, I know native Texans have an opinion, so let's hear yours.
I personally, I mean, I didn't notice it until I got into real estate.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I didn't realize just how many people are moving here.
And it's a lot.
Because for me, or even my family, right? We would look at it as, oh my gosh, it's just growing a lot, It's just growing and people are moving here for jobs or so on. But like, we didn't really realize that it was people from out of state are coming here.
Yeah.
And that's why it's growing. But I think it's good.
And let's reword the question. Well, what would your mom say?
My mom is just, oh my gosh, everything's expensive now. The houses are expensive now.
Yeah.
That's what they think, right?
Are you a real estate agent listening to this podcast? Our team is growing. To find out more about joining a fun, service-minded team, go to hastingsre.com/careers. That's HAISTINGSRE.com/careers.
But I mean, we live in Arlington where it's Jerry's World.
Oh, yes.
And yeah. And so, I mean, I remember driving, when I first started driving at 15, and there was no traffic. There was not that many people. I could drive wherever. But now, I mean, the traffic is insane because there's so many things. Six Flags, Hurricane Harbor, Texas Life, the baseball.
Well, even up north here too. Like I've noticed a huge jump in traffic on the Dallas North Tollway in the last 2 years.
Yeah. And so, to go back to your question, I think it's good because it's growing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like that's something to look forward to. But I mean, taxes.
Oh, taxes? Yeah. I mean, as home values go up, property taxes go up.
Yeah. And that's something that, I mean, my mom, for example, has really, really noticed. But I don't know. I mean, that's really the only, I wouldn't even say bad thing, but it's getting expensive.
Yeah.
But I think it's getting expensive everywhere.
Yeah. Have you noticed too, though, people that are moving here are kind of a little surprised that things cost more than they think?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I have a buyer right now that is, well, they have a healthy budget. And they were like, okay, well, I want 4,000 square feet minimum in Frisco.
Yeah.
Frisco
with a pool.
ISD. Great. We prefer a pool and this and that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you need 1.2 mil or around there. And they're like, what?
Right.
And so it's a lot of people, I think, are thinking like that.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of price growth in the last 2 years. And since you've been in the industry too, I bet the price point has climbed on average 100, 150,000.
Yeah.
So that's a challenge. I think about this a lot for affordability. Like you're young, you have a lot of friends who are first-time home buyer friends.
Yeah.
And to get into a house, it's not what they think it's going to be. It's a little more money now.
I've had multiple friends reach out from high school and so on. they've reached out because they want to buy a house, but you know, they try to get pre-approved or so on. But I mean, it's hard.
Yeah. I do think, though, one of the generational challenges is people want to have the house their parents have. But a lot of times, but their parents might have like 80% equity in their house and they've been there 25 years, right? And they bought it when it was a first-time home buyer neighborhood.
Right.
And then they're like, I want to be in my parents' neighborhood. And you're like, well, your parents' neighborhood isn't a first-time home buyer neighborhood anymore. Like, those neighborhoods are somewhere else now. I think that's a challenge would you agree? Like, for younger people in the market, like they're like, oh, I want this, but it's not. Like, the market has changed over time. And there's a tendency to want to buy, like, you know, the top of your budget always. Doesn't really matter what your budget is. Like, at the top of it. But, like, especially for first-time home buyers, I think that's a mental challenge they have to work through. It's like, hey, maybe I should just get in a house that I mostly like and then get the equity, and then I can roll that into the next investment.
You know, for me, it's been different, I think. I don't know if it's because of people that I know or my sphere, but I think a lot of people that reach out to me, their parents aren't homeowners.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So they'll be like first-time homeowners.
Yeah, they're first-time homeowners.
Okay.
And they're not really picky. They just want to own a home.
Yeah.
They just want to own a home or be the first ones, you know, in their family to own a home.
Yeah.
I think that's what I've noticed more.
That's so cool that you can help them be part of their American dream.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I can help you be the first homeowner in your family. That's cool to be able to do that.
Yeah. So, but then there's a lot of fear in that. There's a lot of fear because, you know, they don't see it from their parents or maybe from other people that they know. They don't really know what it's like, or they don't know the process whatsoever, or they don't even think it's possible.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I have friends that don't even think it's possible, and I'm like, hey, like,
it's way more possible than you think.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I was. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be buying a house, and I didn't know how badly I wanted it until I got my pre-approval letter in hand, and I was like, let's go look at houses. Real.
Let's shop. I got my credit card. Woo.
I know, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think.
So let's finish that story about buying your home, because I think we left it open. You ended up buying from a builder, right?
Yeah, I bought from it, which to me is insane. Well, at the time, right? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting a new construction home.
And you bought in?
And I bought in 2021.
Okay.
Interest rate was great.
Yeah.
I think that was a big factor. But I just didn't think it was possible to even look at new builds. But that was back, okay. Well, for me, I want to say back then. But it really wasn't that long ago. But it's just the prices were so much different. The starting prices in that neighborhood were like $260,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you bought in Hazlitt.
And I bought in Hazlitt.
Yeah. And so I bet there are a lot more now for the prices over there.
Yeah, so much more. Prices, I mean, it's not starting at $260,000 anymore, I can tell you that.
$360,000, I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
Or plus.
Yeah, but it was nice. It was I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
It's a little far.
If you were to do it again, would you buy from a builder?
Yes.
Okay, what makes you say that?
Because I've known people, and I've also seen, you know, buyers buy pre-owned, and I know that there's repairs that you still need to do. You know, something that you didn't negotiate. Like, there's just, it really depends, I think. It depends. But me personally, I don't know if it's because I'm young or I just don't want to deal with it, but I like that I didn't have to deal. If there was something wrong with the house, I can call the builder.
Yeah.
Right?
You're probably still in the majority of your warranty too on your house.
Yeah, I am. I love the warranty.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, something is wrong with my house, I'll call them.
But they could buy a home warranty on a resale home.
Well, yeah.
This is like the ongoing debate in our team, because I don't dislike new construction, but I always like the resale better. You've probably noticed that in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know. I just like that I get to see the whole process from ground up. Yeah. Right. I would go every week, and I was recording. Like, I just need to know what's behind my walls. Did you make a video or an Instagram reel of like your home? No, I should have. I have enough pictures for that.
Yeah. Might go over the time limit on Instagram.
I know, but no, I don't know. It's just personally to me, I think it's different. You get to see it from the ground up. You get to go inspect it, yourself. And you just know that it's completely new.
Yeah.
There's still going to be some issues. Nothing's perfect, right?
Did you have issues you've used your warranty for in your house?
Yes, drywall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the drywall.
Oops.
It's cracking on the ceiling. I was scared.
Yeah.
But no, they fixed it so quickly.
And then you're good.
I think that's the only thing, really. Nothing else.
I feel like you're scaring people about homeownership. Like it's so scary.
No.
But how has it been for you being a homeowner?
Good.
Good?
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're still learning. I myself, even if I sell houses and so on, right? It's different owning one. And there's things that I'm still learning about being a homeowner.
It's also unfair for a home buyer to expect their agent to be like a handyman / inspector. Like our expertise is in navigating the market and negotiating and all that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you tend to know a lot about houses, but you're like, I don't know how to fix that. Like I know all the right people I can connect to with.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, you're supposed to be doing these things or spring cleaning and so on. And I'm trying to take care of that.
Yeah, there is work associated with the house.
Yeah, there is, but it's still so worth it.
It's funny because I get a lot of people with the same hesitation you have that are like, oh, we don't want to really buy a resale home because there could be things we don't know about it. But if you compare it to a car, which it's not the same thing, but like they're happy to go buy a used car because they theoretically get a better deal on it and the kinks are already worked out. Mm-hmm. But they don't always take that same perspective into the home buying where it's like, so there's the other part I would say particularly with younger home buyers is they don't think about maintenance. I'm like, well, you wouldn't buy a car, would you, and never like get an oil change? Like you would theoretically do that, every couple thousand miles.
Right.
Like, so why aren't you maintaining your AC? Or why aren't you watering your foundation or things like that?
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. I think it's most likely because I'm young. Uh-huh. It's the maintenance part, really. It's the maintenance part for me. There's more things. But I have my cousin, she's the same age. She just bought a pre-owned home. They're so happy with their house. But of course, there's a few things that they've changed here and there or just, but still, they have a house. Yeah. Like they're homeowners. Yeah. That's amazing.
So most of your family is from Texas, I think, right?
Yeah.
And in the Arlington area?
Yes. We grew up in Arlington. I have a few family members in El Paso and in Midlothian.
So Texans. You're like 100%.
Oh, yeah.
You're 100% Texan.
For sure, yeah.
What was it like growing up in Arlington?
To me, it felt like it was such a small town.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. It's just, I felt like I was small town girl. Like I was only familiar with Arlington.
Okay.
Right? Even if I went to Dallas.
You're like clustered in the middle of a major metro area.
Exactly. Yeah. But to me, it was like Dallas was a whole another world. Fort Worth, so far away.
So you were were in your suburb basically.
Yeah, exactly. Frisco and all that.
Well, when you were a kid, Frisco was like farm town probably.
Exactly. Like my mom still talks about it to this day. She's like, I cannot believe I'll drive through Frisco and so on. And it's crazy how much it has grown the last few years. Like there was nothing. There used to be nothing there. And I'm like, I don't remember. But
does your mom ever? So your mom remembers Frisco.
She does.
Before.
She definitely
because Arlington's a little more established. Mm-hmm. But there are new neighborhoods in Arlington popping up. Like
but it's Viridian. That's
more
towards
one.
Fort Worth, though.
Yeah.
Like I personally don't consider that Arlington.
Well, okay.
Because that's Pantego side.
That's what side?
Pantego.
Okay, what does that mean?
That's like a part of Arlington.
Okay.
Like a different city.
Yeah.
Basically. It's not really Arlington.
Interesting. All right, so I think of it more like Arlington, but fair enough.
Yeah.
What are your favorite things to do?
I like to travel when I can.
So leave.
Leave, yeah.
You had some great trip. You had a great trip in February or January?
Yeah, I went to Cancun. It was for a wedding. It was beautiful, though.
Yeah, we all followed on your Instagram. Well, it was cold here.
I want to go back.
You should do it. You got all these
Maybe.
deals. You should just go to Cancun.
I know. Well, I want to try different places now. I want to go skiing and snowboarding now.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
Yep.
Where are you going to go skiing and snowboarding?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
My friends are the experts on that.
So there's only 1 week left on the Icon Pass, so it'll probably be next winter.
Yeah, it's next year for sure. I'm not going this year. This year, I think we have a cruise that we're trying to plan.
Nice, yeah.
I still don't know where, but I want to go on a cruise and relax.
Have you been on a cruise before?
I have, but it was with my family. It was for the Disney one.
I love how you say "but." It was with my family.
It's different, right?
For sure, yeah.
And I was 15.
Okay.
So
you couldn't even drink.
I couldn't really drink.
Yeah.
Or do anything.
Be less adventurous.
Yeah, but
yeah, we're going to cruise this year too with my family. So
really,
yeah, for Thanksgiving.
Well, you can drink. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, I harshly judged cruising before. I was like, oh, it's so tacky. I'm not going to like it.
Really?
And then we went
Why?
for my parents' 35th or 40th wedding anniversary. And they paid for everybody to go on a cruise with them. So it was easy to say yes.
Oh, of course.
And we left out of Galveston. And I was doing real estate at the time. And, sometimes it's crazy because you're always on. And I loved it because it was like, oh, I could just unplug. I was like, I'm not going to try to have the internet. Of course, now they have internet on cruise ships, but I'm not going to try to keep working. My assistant, I was like, she's got it covered.
Yeah.
Everything would be good. And then it was nice for family purposes because all the generations could do their own things, but we could kind of reconnect and convene in the evening. So now I'm a big fan of cruising.
Perfect. Yeah. I love it.
So what other adventures? We got cruising, we got skiing.
Yeah. For now.
Okay.
It's a lot already.
It's a lot already? Yeah, that's true. It's a balancing act between travel and being here. You mentioned all the activities. You're a big Cowboys fan.
Yeah. So lately, lately I've been, everyone's going to hate me for this, half Cowboys.
Is it a secret?
It's not a secret anymore.
Okay,
it used to be.
The secret's out. All right, let's hear it.
It used to be, I am a half Cowboys fan and half Bills fan.
Can you be a half fan? Is that...
You can. I mean, so it's more so of...
What changed for you to be not 100% Cowboys?
So I feel like if you grew up here, you're a Cowboys fan, basically. Or a lot of people are, right? I think, personally. Almost everyone I've met is a Cowboys fan. Unless they're from somewhere else, like a different state.
Okay.
And they're, Broncos or so on fan.
Yeah.
But I grew up here. My parents grew up being Cowboys fans as well. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm a Cowboys fan because my family
and you live in Arlington,
are Cowboys fans. And I live in Arlington. Hello, like right here. Cowboys Stadium right here, right?
Yeah.
Well, AT&T Stadium. But then I always watched the games, but I didn't really get into football until this year.
Okay.
Last year.
Oh, last season? Like in 2022?
Well, last season, yeah with
right.
Fantasy League, which is something new for me. But that made me watch every single game, of course, because you have different players from different teams. And my quarterback was Josh Allen. And so I would watch all the Bills games.
Okay.
And I decided right there and then, this is a team that I myself will choose to be a fan of.
So I just want to clarify. And the next season in fall 2023, will you still be a Bills fan, or you're gonna
I know
trade?
Everyone asked me that.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be a Bills fan still
for life.
I had other great football players in my roster, and I mean, I'm not a huge fan.
This is interesting because I had the impression that you were like a lifetime football fan because you were so into it last season.
Yeah.
And I could always count on you on our Monday meetings. So give me the rundown on which teams won.
Yeah. Fantasy League.
Because,
got me into it.
I was always often working on Sunday, so I never really kept up with football. But through osmosis, I would know what was going on with a lot of the teams.
Yeah. No, I love it.
From you guys and other people.
But recently, basketball, the Mavs. That's another one that's like, I grew up here.
So you feel like you have to be?
Kind of. But then I've been going to the games recently, And I'm a Luka fan now.
Okay.
So I'm more into
you get attached to the player, and then from there you kind of start to like the team.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've recently started watching the Stars play.
Oh.
Yeah, hockey. That was completely new. I would have never thought I'd get into hockey.
So it's funny.
But yeah, so
yeah.
Go Stars. They're in the playoffs right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I have a real estate coach for our team, right? I think you've met him virtually at least. He's from Canada. And the other day he was giving like a sports example, and he's like, what would the Stars do? And I was looking at him, it's on Zoom, and he's like, and I'm like, what? And he's like, well, like the Mavericks and the Cowboys. Oh, okay, we're talking sports analogies. Got it. Because I wasn't on my radar screen. He's like, I'm from Canada. Hockey is first. That's what I was like, I get it.
That's
okay.
True. Yeah, I never would have thought about the Stars before because I was like...
Yeah, but being Canadian, he was like, well, I just go to the hockey teams first. I was like, oh, I understand now. All right.
Yeah,
well, if you're coaching other Texans, just use a football analogy. That's what I told him.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people here or in DFW are into sports. I feel like, well...
It's a big sports city.
Yeah, it is, I think. I mean,
just professional, but I see even with people with kids, I mean, they're really active with family sports.
Yeah.
So
it is.
I guess if you're thinking about moving here and you hate sports, that's okay. But just be aware that you'll be around a lot of it.
Oh, definitely.
What's some advice you'd give to somebody who's moving to Texas?
I think do your research.
Okay.
I feel like every city is very different. Even if they're close to each other.
Like Plano, Frisco, McKinney, that kind of city? Okay.
Well, all of them. Even like
Arlington, Hazlet,
Dallas.
Fort Worth, Dallas.
Yeah. So it's like based on what you like to do or what you like to be around. I would look into cities that have a lot of that. You know?
Okay.
Well, like if you like to go to restaurants or like going out to... like Legacy West or places like that.
If you like fine
then
dining,
I wouldn't be looking.
Don't move to Van Alstyne. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would not be moving to places
you might
like
build an
that.
amazing house, but there's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you'd say, hey, if you're thinking about moving to Texas, think about lifestyle things that are important to you.
Yeah, I think
And then I
so.
can help guide you towards cities that will really match your lifestyle.
That happened to me. I moved to Haslett. But I mean, I have to drive like 25, 30 minutes to go get groceries.
What? There's definitely a grocery store there.
25 minutes.
What?
Walmart.
Wow.
No Sam's, Costco. That's far.
Oh, my goodness.
That's going to Keller. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like that. I just know because that happened to me. We like to go out drinking or eating.
Be social and see friends.
Yeah, we only have fast food.
And you're in the suburbs.
And Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is pretty amazing though.
Yeah, it is.
But
that's how
one
you
can't
know.
live on Buc-ee's alone.
I know. That's how you know I live a little far out. If you live next to Buc-ee's,
you're not close to a lot of things.
You're not close to a lot of things.
Eventually you will be. Eventually everything will grow around Buc-ee's.
That's going to be really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's the main one that I can
think
of
about
right
your lifestyle. That's a great advice whether you're moving to Texas or whether you're just thinking about buying a house.
Yeah.
I believe too many home buyers focus on the house and not all the other things that come with it, like lifestyle, right? Like, oh shoot, I bought this lovely house, but now I have an hour commute each way to work.
Yeah, especially the commute.
That is it going to affect your life too? Like you have a great house to come home to, but now you're driving 8-10 hours a week in your car.
Yeah. Oh, the commute is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lifestyle factor too. Or if you love art museums, well, like probably Dallas is a better fit for you than, Prosper.
Yeah. But a lot of people love the school districts and want to stay.
Yeah, we do. Like up north here, we have great school districts, so people really prioritize that.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
I think every single buyer I've had so far, that are families.
Yeah. Schools are huge.
Even without families.
They still prioritize
schools because they think about the future when they sell. When they sell, they want to make sure it's a good house that a lot of people will be interested in. But it's always
just
schools.
pick a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like which would include the schools to a certain extent, but just pick a good neighborhood and you're fine.
Yeah.
They do love that when they're like, well, I need to be in the best schools. And I'm like, I'm sorry, are you even married? Like, what did I miss here? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, you don't have you're not married and you don't have kids. Like, why are we worried about schools,
Right. Well, I haven't really even had or had anyone, or the buyers specifically, like those that are focused on schools, be worried about the neighborhood.
Well,
not really.
Theoretically, if the schools are good, the neighborhood's
right,
good too.
Yeah.
They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, that's true.
Sounds not so great, but I think there's definitely strong correlation between the two.
Yeah, I think that's something a lot of people look for.
Yeah. Any other advice you give to somebody moving to Texas from a true Texan?
I don't think so. I think most people are friendly. And
I think the majority of people are friendly.
Yeah. The majority are friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And I have had a lot of people, if they're coming from out of state, that's something they're worried about socializing, meeting people, making friends.
Because to me,
and I'm
having been here for a decade now, I think that's the least you need to be worried about. Like, people are so friendly.
Yeah, and I try to tell them, I'm like, oh, you do not have to worry about that.
Yeah.
At all. You just go out, and even like there's so many public events, especially in Frisco, I've noticed. Frisco and Plano.
Yeah, all these cities in Collin County are pretty proactive.
Yeah, they do so many events. But yeah, I would not worry about it.
Yeah, it's a big city. I mean, it's a big metro area. You can find like-minded people.
Exactly.
I always joke that you can find anything under the sun on Preston Road if you're willing to drive long enough.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you can just keep driving and driving. I'm pretty sure everything you'd ever need will be on Preston Road if you're just willing to, drive an hour.
So I think that's another one that I could think of. Just not worry too much about that. Everyone's so friendly here.
That's true. What's the first, Texas type thing that you would tell somebody to try? To me, that you're is uniquely Texan.
Like Whataburger?
Yeah,
is that what you mean?
No, that's not what I meant, but that's so funny because
that's all I kept thinking about.
This is a debate that I have had on the team. I don't know if you've been included in it. Not yet. Or are we discussing it out? Remember, I grew up in California.
Yeah.
Or I'll be like In-N-Out versus, how do you say it?
Whataburger.
There's no R in there.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Everyone
so
says
you say you got to try Whataburger.
Yeah.
Right away. What would you eat at Whataburger?
It depends. They sometimes have their, limited edition menu, like the buffalo. What is it called? The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich.
I don't know.
That was really good. I don't know. It's just In-N-Out is really close to my house, but I bet
there's a Whataburger close by your house too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But I've never been to.
So see, you're set.
Or I have been to In-N-Out, but I don't get it.
This is crazy to me to hear this.
I don't get it.
Yeah. So okay. So Buc-ee's and Whataburger are two uniquely Texan things.
I think so. Yeah.
I always focus on the barbecue, which is not uniquely Texan, but I feel like it's better here in Texas than other places.
Yeah. Well, I guess I've never thought about it.
Well, yeah.
I've never thought about what's only uniquely to Texas.
That's why I wanted to ask you. Because you have a different opinion than me.
Right, but to me, it's normal things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they're everyday things that...
Yeah, so I have to think really hard about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I've never thought about that.
So we've talked about a lot of things. What do you wish I would have asked?
No, I think you did good.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't asking for a compliment. I was just curious
if
you wanted to share anything more with our audience.
No, I think...
So wrapping up, what are you most excited about for the rest of 2023?
I'm just excited to see how much I grow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because it's going to be, in October, it's going to be a full year of being in the team.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like I can already see some differences within myself.
I can already see some difference having seen you on the team.
Yeah.
I think it's been 6 months.
Yeah, so by the end of, once I complete a year, I'm kind of excited to just reflect. I feel like I'll be able to finally reflect on how I did and then just be like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do next year.
Yeah. Who's the ideal client type for you?
I've realized I love working relocation.
I told you that's amazing, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And plus, it's just because it's not just about the market, but it's also about lifestyle. And it's about, okay, well, what do people do over there? What can we do? Or where should we go? And it's oh, I can tell you all about it.
You get to teach, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Let
think
me tell you about this place called Whataburger.
Yeah, I bet they know.
No, they don't.
You think so?
No, people coming here don't know about Whataburger.
Oh.
It's not on the magazines or anything.
Well,
I don't think.
Yeah, I guess you see it's
normal
normal to
But so
me.
you like educating people on kind
Yeah.
of,
Yeah, not just
Yeah.
the market, but the lifestyle.
I think that's
that's
important.
fun.
It is fun. How can people get a hold of you if they want to connect with Vanessa?
Email, number,
Email, phone. Do you do Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Those are the
The three main ones.
three main ones.
You're
yeah.
young, so probably Instagram, but yes.
You'd be surprised.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for joining today on the podcast. It was great having you and excited to see what we do together in 2023.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Have you been thinking about moving to North Texas? Maybe you're looking in Plano, Dallas, Frisco, or the surrounding communities. Each year, our team helps dozens of families make the move to Texas. We'd love to help you begin your journey. Learn more on our website at hastingsre.com. That's HAISTINGSRE.com.